India needs to, in a way, provide perhaps Donald Trump some room to wriggle out of the tariff issue so that a trade deal is cemented next month. Diplomatically, India has been very careful not to challenge Donald Trump beyond a point. The MEA claimed there was no conversation between Prime Minister Modi and President Trump, but beyond that, they haven't really taken on Donald Trump at any time. Even when his advisors spoke of India being a dead economy, we were very quiet. Is that strategy, in your view, working slowly but surely? Even today, when he speaks about Russian oil, is there a toning down, as Ashok Malik seems to suggest?
No, Rajdeep, I don't think you can deal with issues, oil, etc., in separation because you're dealing with Trump as a whole entity. And for him, the whole Russian oil issue is linked to Ukraine. And he feels that the Ukraine, and he has said it, India is keeping the Ukraine war going. Now, the problem is that there are two ways to deal with Trump. One is the way the Europeans have done it, the way the most of the world is doing it. Just stand there, be embarrassed by Trump, but largely don't take him on. You can privately do what you want, and publicly you can adopt whatever policy, but don't confront him. The other one is the Chinese matter. The Chinese had cut a deal with them, and now they've gone back on that deal. And they're back again to rare earths. And Americans are facing a problem there. Probably that's one of the elements that might help India. Now, the problem in dealing with Trump is that he publicly embarrasses you, but then we also make mistakes. When Ambassador Designate Gore was here, never diplomatically, never ever, an Ambassador Designate is received by a head of government. Now, Prime Minister met him, took a painting from him, signed by Trump. Whatever he discussed with him, Gore would have gone and told Trump. Now, when Trump says, I've been told, it doesn't mean he's been told directly by Prime Minister. Maybe that's what Gore went and told him. So when you start breaking conventions, you think you can please Trump and get across to him, then you'll always have a mix-up. I think with Trump, you have to have a very straightforward way of dealing with him. Russia is a relationship with Russia is more than just oil. You know, we have a defense relationship. Tomorrow you can have instability in the Gulf and the oil supplies can cease. Iran is not part of the Sharm el-Sheikh meeting. So the Israelis are not about to stop. They're still going after Iran. So it's a region from which we are getting oil, which is very unstable and it can get destabilized very rapidly. Therefore, you need a diversity of relationships which are necessary for defense equipment, which are necessary for oil, energy, gas, and so on and so forth. And also it is necessary for your international image because the whole world is watching. The smaller countries, global south, they're watching who is able to stand up to Trump. Now, it doesn't mean you fight with him, but the Chinese are getting that leadership. The Chinese are the ones who will be seen as the other power which can stand up to the Americans. Now, if we go on getting embarrassed and then we have to publicly have the spokesman of the MEA sort of wriggle out of it, then this will continue. This will not stop. Look at the importance. Prime Minister didn't go to Sharm el-Sheikh. Why? No, because look at the importance given to the Pakistani Prime Minister. And there was a danger that Trump may just call Prime Minister Modi and say, come on, shake hands with the Prime Minister Sharif. So you're dealing, you can keep saying in public.
No, so he did the right thing. No, let's be clear, KC Singh, the Prime Minister, let me intervene then. The Prime Minister did not go to Sharm el-Sheikh. On hindsight, it was probably the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
I mean, you don't want to be part of some Trump love fest, surely.
Absolutely. But then keep that message consistent. You don't receive an ambassador designate and take a painting from him. God knows what he goes and tells Trump. And then Trump will just, here's a stream of consciousness. You give him a mic, he'll say whatever occurs to him. Whether it embarrasses you or it doesn't embarrass you, it's happened time and again. And I think you have to choose how to deal with Trump. And if you think that you can appease him, it's not going to work because that is not the way the Chinese are dealing with him.
Okay, I've got your point. You made that China point. I want to take that to you, Rahul Ahluwalia. The Chinese are using, for example, they're using. William, you let me get an intervention. William Buter, you wanted to intervene. I heard you. Go ahead.
No, it's just important to recognize that these negotiations are not just about the Russian 25%. They're about the whole 50%. And meaningful trade negotiations will have to continue even after India, if they were to do so, discontinues oil imports from Russia. there would have to be concessions on tariff barriers and on non-tariff barriers. So this is not just Russia we're talking about.
So why is Trump again raising Russia again and again is the question. Is he using Russia as a bargaining chip to push India to the wall? And should India stand up, Rahul, as is being suggested by Casey, saying we shouldn't be seen to be bullied by Trump? Instead, rather than go overboard in any way, we've got to stand up. The Chinese have done so and have done reasonably successful, but the Chinese have rare earths, they have weapons available, they are a much larger economy, so they can stand up to Donald Trump. Can India do so really? Can we really stand up to Trump? Or do we need to really work carefully to negotiate a win-win trade deal?
I mean, first of all, China's success is very qualified. They've just had 100% tariffs announced against them. And by and large, this whole thing was set off by China. So I would not qualify China's strategy as a success by.
But they're not concerned about it. The Chinese don't seem, as of now, Rahul, just to intervene, the Chinese don't seem as concerned about it. They seem to be willing to look at Donald Trump in the eye.
If they're not, that's a mistake. The Chinese economy is extremely fragile. They've been in situations of overproduction for almost 5 or 6 years now. Their real estate sector is in massive crisis. If I were the Chinese, I would be very worried no matter what brave front I'm trying to put up to the rest of the world. So, I mean, I would not at all say that we should copy China in any way, shape or form at all. But that doesn't mean that we give up self-respect or anything of the sort. We should just not view it in those terms. We should view it, we should not take Trump on his terms. Why are we trying to meet Trump on his terms? Our strategic interest should be of primal importance to us, right? And our strategic interests lie in securing a large market with the USA. Our strategic interests lie in lowering our own trade barriers so that our economy becomes more competitive, so that our economy becomes more efficient and grows. It is in our interest to lower trade barriers. We should always remember that. We should reform our economy in such a way that we don't need trade barriers to hide behind. Our agriculture sector has been crying out for reform for decades. We could use this as a reason to reform our agricultural subsidies. It doesn't mean we stop agricultural subsidies. We should protect our farmers. We should protect the people who need protection. We should not protect particular types of crops. We should not protect particular types of fertilizers. We should not protect particular types of water withdrawal methods. This is just inefficient. It hurts us. It hurts our environment. It hurts our farmers. It hurts our long-term strategic interest. This is an opportunity to do something about it. And we should look at it in those terms, not in the terms of are we winning or losing against Trump. That's a mistake.